Hello guys, John with you, and it's time now for the first of the build updates on the Sherman M4A2. It's the 75mm one that was given to Russia, and also the US Marines used it on Tinian for this particular one. Okay, I'm watching a nice little documentary at the moment on Tinian. Just that I do a little bit of research. Found it on the YouTubes. I just typed in World War II Tinian, simple as that, and straight away I got a Marines one. Okay, an old film from the Marines. So the first half of it is literally all tactical information and stuff like that, and it was quite interesting. I mean, it showed the first objective, second objective, all this, that and the other, surroundings of before and after, and now I'm getting into footage, and this footage is what I wanted to see, because it's I'm going to do this version. I'm going to do basically in Tinian, and I just want to have a look at how they actually look on the ground, rather than what they're supposed to look like, as in modifications that the crews might have done to them. See, by the time they got onto Tinian, they were quite, they'd quite a few battles already done. So any of the tankers, I mean, some of these tanks might be there, new to them. It might be on their third or fourth tank, because due to mechanical breakdowns, not necessarily enemy fire, loads of different reasons. But for enemy fire, I mean, they'd have come under it quite a lot. So they, did they add anything extra other than what's there? Just to see before I go start adding on stuff and then going, oops, that these kind of things were never really done. Not that I want to be a rivet counter or anything like that. I just like to kind of get it reasonably historically accurate, if you get my drift. Reasonable will do for me, but sort of the ridiculous won't, and it's something that's just personal, my own little bit of rivet counting, should we say, for myself. So anyway, I started on this, and I've got step 1 to 4 done. Okay, step 1, we're there. Okay, step 2, step 3, and step 4. Okay, I'll come back with it, a bit too close. And step 4. And you had all these little sub-assemblies then at the side, which made it nice and handy. As you see, most of it's marked off in green, but I do have parts marked off in the orange. I was trying to remember what colour that was. How silly was I? In orange. Okay. Now I haven't fitted at the moment, but I'll show you that they're popping out. Basically, what they are is it's a clear piece inside a plastic holder that's there. But the thing about it is, you're going to see the top of it. Okay, so therefore the top of it will have to be painted, because you've got a kind of a cover over the periscope, and you've also got a guard. So all you've got is that one little clear piece. I could go to the bother making tiny little masks, or getting mascot or anything like that. But the way this is constructed, I can actually have them popped out, and pop them in later, which is quite nice, which is very, very nice indeed. And also, if you were, say, doing this kit, you could actually have them, turned at an angle, rather than set the actual angle that you're sort of told to set it at. No problems whatsoever. It all went together absolutely beautifully. So we'll have a quick look at that. Okay. Here we go. And as you see, I'm after adding a tie down to the aerial. Okay. Main reason for that, I was going to have the aerial sticking up, but unfortunately, while I was cleaning it off with rather sharp X-Acto knife, hobby knife, whatever you want to call it, I kind of took it, as I was taking it off, I must have caught it or something, but as I was catching it, instead of actually cutting into it, which it did, if you know what I mean, it kind of cut along the line. I wanted it to cut along, I was just cutting off the thing, but it also caused me to kind of kink it a bit, so therefore I got a kind of one of those little white marks in the area, and in trying to fix that I got another one. So I was I was left then with two choices. One was to cut the aerial off and glue it a whole new piece, or drill it down and, you know, put in one of my standard little aerials, or kind of see, can I kind of clean it off, see can I get it straight. So what I did was I used sort of sanding sticks, and I kind of pulled it up like that, and I got it to, it thinned it out a bit as well, which is quite nice. And but it kind of could have put a bend in it, so I had a bit of a bend on it. And just as I was about to cut it off, I said, geez, I could put a little bit of a tie down on that, and that would be nice. So I got a bit of blue thread. Okay, made a little tie down. I mean, the thinner the thread, the better it is. A bit more, say, realistic. You know, if that was sort of done with anything thicker than that, it just wouldn't be. It just wouldn't look right. Tied a simple knot, little dab of super glue, hold it in place. Just wound it around down here, just to make sure that that was nice and tight. A little dab of super glue, and there you go. So you don't actually have to have a knot. The least knots you actually have, the better, I find, because it looks more in scale. Okay. I would like to kind of clean that one up a little bit more. That's what I'm saying. I mean, as in scale, it looks, in reality, it's going to be a massive freaking knot. You know what I mean? Whereas down there, it's kind of nice and neat. They've kind of tidied it up a bit. But the one on the top would probably be out like that, because it's kind of a noose type thing. Whereas the one here will be actually sealed down. So I get away with that. So that's basically the turret. Everything went on absolutely beautiful. It really, really did. I mean, the machine gun, I can take it off until I'm, you know, for painting, I can then glue it in place. So just pop it off there while we're dismantling it. These are the periscopes. So we got one in the commander's hatch, and we've one here, and I can literally sort of push them up from underneath. Okay, that's them. Absolutely lovely, really, really nice. There was 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces to them. Quite nice indeed. There's 2 of them there, one there and one there. I just took a bit of masking tape underneath them. I had them all ready for sort of painting, and then forgetting about the fact that I had to do a video on it. So there we go. Oh, mask all fixed again. Not that I'm worried about getting paint on the inside. There's nothing in there anyway. There's no interior whatsoever. It was just that I wasn't going wasting paint for anything else. No reason whatsoever. So anyway, we're on now to step 5. We're starting to build up the lower hull. Okay. So tonight now I'm hoping to get the hull together, get some of the suspensions done maybe, and get them fitted. And then tomorrow night and the night after and whatever, I start working on the twacks. So I have a couple of small little sub-assemblies to do, as you can see. A couple of small ones there. Full view. The worst thing about the one-piece holdout. Alright, so there was a couple of small sub-assemblies. So that's basically for the whole page, you know, tracks and all that included. And it gives a step by step and where each piece is used. And as you notice, each step does not have very, very much to do, but yet overall you're actually getting quite a lot done. Okay, so each step isn't overwhelming just to look at. That's important for beginners, to be quite honest with you, because the more complicated the instructions are, the easier it is to lose your interest, I find, especially when I was starting off. Now it doesn't really matter how complicated the instructions are. That's an extra little challenge, I suppose, and that's where marking them off with the old highlighter pen. It's a good habit to get into, even if the instructions are as basic as feck. It's when you start going on then to more complicated builds, you're in the habit of marking them off as you do them, rather than trying to learn it just for that one build or the odd build here and there that's complicated instructions. So anyway, that's it for this update, lads. I'd like to thank you all for taking your time out to get this far in it. I also want to thank you for anybody that joined me on the live crew, the live crew, am I the live crew? I think I am. The live feed, that's what it is. The live feed that I did on Friday night. Thank you to anybody that joined that. The video's up there if you want to watch that, of what happened. It was only on for half an hour. My sound, I'm having problems with that. I switched from one camera to the other thinking it would be better. Vision wise it was better, but sound wise it wasn't. I do have these headphones that have a little microphone. I'm going to try those now on Friday. The thing is you can't really sort of do a test without actually, you know, going on air, that you can listen to it back, kind of a recording of what will go out, rather than a recording of say on videos, because I use the same mic when I was doing videos, and I was doing the same mic for Friday night, so obviously the levels for whatever it is on going live are different. So anyway, that's it. I'm rambling on. I'm leaving shite for Friday. Hope you're enjoying this build. I think it's a lovely model so far. The mouldings are quite nice. Where it stands historically, I do not know. Like I said, I'm not a river counter, but I am going to start watching footage now from Tarawa and see what's like what the crew have done, what they've taken off, what they've added, things like that. So anyway, lads, stay tuned for the next one. Don't forget, if you are a subscriber, to hit the bell. If you haven't, if you've done all that, you've hit your bell and you've subscribed. Excellent work. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Looking forward to having a chat with you on Friday night if you want to join me. 9:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's the Greenwich Mean Time. That's the time in Ireland and the UK. And I'll see you then, lads. So in the meantime, enjoy your modelling. Be nice to one another. And don't forget, go out and buy yourself a kit. You build it and you enjoy it. I'll see you in the next one, lads. Stay safe.